Hi, my name is Passat Ahmed. I'm 22 years old. And sustainability, why am I interested in sustainability? Ever since I was young, my grandmother actually, she had a lot of plots, agriculture plots in her home. Yes, I live in the city, but I would often go and visit my grandmother. She had a lot of livestock, she had a lot of crops. It used to be very beautiful there. My grandmother was growing corn there, she was growing wheat, she was growing tomatoes, she was growing carrots, about everything you can imagine. So my interest started from there, and that's actually where my love for them started, and for sustainability. Because me, being Kashmiri, it is very close to my heart, nature. For us, things like this, what makes us feel alive.
You're interested in not restricted to climate change, but all the pollution matters.
Everything related to sustainability. I think sustainability as a whole, economic sustainability, environmental sustainability, all of these things, they are important. Recently, there's a website you can go on which allows you to calculate roughly your carbon footprint. And when I checked my footprint, embarrassingly, I got to know that we would need 12 Earths to sustain my lifestyle.
Oh, okay.
And that really surprised me. And then I realized, wow, man, if I just one person who at least still tries to focus on recycling, reducing my emissions, is still having such a large carbon footprint, then what about us as a whole, as a society, as an industry? So yeah, for me, my interest as a human, I believe all humans should have a civic duty to worry about the climate, to worry about the earth, because we need to think. Today we are alive. In a few years we may not exist, but the future generations will be there. What about them? And yes, human nature, it is selfish, it is egoistic. It is difficult for us to care about something which will be there after we no longer are alive. But then if everybody were to adopt this kind of mentality, would we have the society we have today? It's because certain individuals, certain entities cared about humanity as a whole that we are able to have marvels like this. So I am not a sustainability expert, but as somebody, we don't necessarily have to be experts. We just have to be a human that cares about his surroundings, to be concerned about sustainability. I think tackling sustainability and climate change as a whole begins with looking inwards. How my internal environment is, that's what I'm going to be projecting into the external, correct? If I'm unhappy, at some point people will be able to feel unhappy as well, because then that same thing comes together. If I am putting efforts towards sustainability, if I am trying to recycle, even say what we can do as an individual, what can we do? Maybe if somebody sees me recycling, maybe a child, maybe somebody, another member of society, maybe they'll be encouraged, or maybe they'll be reminded of it, or at least maybe they'll become a bit more curious about it, correct? So I think sustainability as a whole begins with us, especially the young generation, what we do. Because today's youth is tomorrow's seniors. So if we adopt a certain mindset right now, that is gonna set the tone for the coming years. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Especially in the next coming few years, there's going to be a massive generational handover. As we transition into our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, we're going to become the key decision makers. So the mindset that we have right now, it needs to be the best one for our future. A large focus and emphasis on climate is my opinion. That's the goal of how we can head towards a more sustainable future.